So it's another interview here from the D-Files. As you know, I'm your host, Dodsey. I've got a few boys here from the first team of stillorgan, and right now I'm going to do a quick interview with them and see what the story is with them tonight. So if I take the phone out. First we have here, what's your name?
Shane O'Connell.
And your position?
Prop.
And yourself?
Kevin Jones.
Position?
Wing.
And here?
Ross Dornan.
Ross Durnan. Position?
Hogarth, second row, bit of back row as well.
Utility player, really, what we're talking about there, Ross.
Jack of all trades.
So we've got the three lads here, and just quickly from left to right, start with you, Shane. And where are you from?
Bound here.
In Dublin. And yourself, Kevin?
Churchtown, Dublin.
And Rossi?
Blanchardstown.
So we've actually only got another two Dublins and Dubs in the whole first team, but three of them are here. The rest of them are sort of culture boys.
Who's the other two?
Johnny Belton and Finney and Finn, obviously. And Shane, I personally think as the coach, you've had a good season this season. First four games, you were starting in the first team.
Enjoyable enough, yeah.
How did you feel you got along?
I felt got along grand, yeah.
Well, the top game for you, how did you feel? The best game personally for you?
Effective. I felt that we were all a bit worried going into our first game of the season.
First game, yeah.
I think it was a great way to close out the first game of the season.
Did you start the first game against Bective?
Started and finished. Well, nearly finished.
Nearly finished it. So
seconds ago.
Sorry.
Replaced by a more superior proper Mark Cooling there towards the end. I think.
That's right. No, he was replaced because of an injury, I think. Nothing against Mark Cooling, obviously, but Shane, like last season, really, you were predominantly on the second team. But after that first come out against Bective, you held your position basically the whole season so far. So obviously, you must have felt you really must have had a good game. You've held Nigel Bramley out, and you've held Noel out for one game as well, for a few games.
I felt better about holding Noel out, but Noel was injured for a while. Nigel hasn't really been training as much, but it felt good to be holding a few players out. Anyway.
That's good. And Kevin Jones now. Kevin Jones, how old are you?
I'm 20 years old.
Are you sure you're not 24 and personal trainer?
Pretty sure, yeah.
No, that's just what he tells the girls at Coppers now and again. Yeah. And how have you felt the season's gone so far?
We started well. The last game is disappointing going into Christmas, but sure, what can you do?
It was disappointing, Kevin. It was disappointing.
We're halfway there, another half season to get it back. So.
And how many years have you been in the club, Kevin?
I think this is my third year or fourth.
This will be your fourth year.
Fourth year.
Yeah. You started when you were only 17, didn't you?
It is.
And you've played a cup game for the J5s, a cup final.
Yep. Yeah.
You've played a league final for the J3s, which are now J2s.
Indeed, yeah.
So fair play. You had a few friends watching you there.
Yeah.
Well, they what was that for yourself as a young fella and as a much respected person in the club? When we did that whole season, unbeaten through the league, and you're on the field for the league final. How did that feel? You know.
Well, it felt great for me, really. Like, I mean, the previous seasons before that, we had the potential to do well, but I don't know, we slipped up in a couple of games, so it was nice. It was nice to be there when it came together.
Was it good? And Rossi, a few things for you. I have to ask. We played soccer during the summer there to keep ourselves fit, and you're an extremely talented soccer player, more talented than any of us. How did you get from the north side? Yeah. No offence, into the rugby in the south side there in Stillorgan?
Well, I had to apply to a few offices of emigration first of all, passport sorted out to come to the south side.
No, a serious question. How did you end up in Stillorgan?
There was actually a buddy of mine down in Duluth in Roebuck, and I was doing my masters in Smurfit, and I told him I was looking to get playing rugby, and he told me about a club just down the road from him that he knew was kind of, was I suppose accepting of unknown players coming in and just trying to handle it. And at the time I hadn't played rugby before. I'd played maybe a year when I was 17, had an idea, so I decided to give it a go. At the time we had a J3 team and a bit of a J4 team. The J4 team was run by Jack Regan at the time. They were struggling to get players, but but yeah, it all started from there. Like, and at the start it was just like myself and Donica
Anyway, Ross, you were team manager for 2 years as well, weren't you? And this year Ross resigned as post as team manager because he thought He didn't want to do it anymore because he thought it was obliged to pick him on the first team because he was team manager, which is a lie because Ross would always be sitting there on the first team. But just what's your preferred position really on that first team there, Ross?
Without a shadow, without Hooker.
It is Hooker, is it?
Yeah, definitely.
It is, and I think your darts are going well this season. The throwing into the line are going quite well, Ross, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I have no problem with the darts. I think the thing I'd struggle with is the hooking of the ball in the scrum because I won't be used to it, like, you know, and I need a go forward pack, you know, to make it easy on me. But,
I think you have got to go forward pack personally, Ross.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're giving shit to Rossi and to Shane and Nigel and Alan and Danny and myself and Richie and the rest of the Podrick Shanahan and Morris and Mac. Are you giving shit to them saying there's no comeback?
Yeah, you know, I've something to say here. It's very important. No, but
well, what I'm going to do now is I don't want to take this interview too long, but I'm going to put everyone on the spot. I'm going to start with Shane. One line. Just to say anything about anything, any tips for anyone. You got one line to say anything funny, any tips for in life, go ahead.
Consistency.
Bonesy.
Put the effort in and you get the rewards.
Kids, don't do drugs.
Okay, now I'm going to say goodbye for part 8 of the D-Files. What I'd say to people is teach a man to give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish and he'll sit in the boat and drink piss. This is part 8 of the D-Files. I hope you enjoyed it with 3 great players from the Stillorgan first team. It's over and out from me. Goodbye now.
Bye.